My name is Christoph Glennon. I've been here since 2022, about April or May. I'm a systems engineer for AMI. I knew I'd probably go into engineering about freshman or sophomore year of high school. That's when it became apparent I was technically proficient. I was good at math and science. I can process facts pretty well. Not the most creative guy. Probably avoid trying to do, like culinary arts. I'm not going to be a good cook in the kitchen or something. But I can work with numbers longer than those people, and I'm quite accurate with them. We work with surveillance systems. We dabble on the security access for making sure people's badges work. We do a lot of connections with PLCs and HMIs that give us visibility for production and quality data on the plant floor. And we often provide support to the IS team here. So sometimes we're just programming, making new applications or services for Windows and Linux. This is an epiphany I had probably a month ago. Was my job is to use a computer to figure out how other people can use a computer less. But my main one for the past year and a half or 2 years, and is going to continue for quite some time, is replacing our old production and quality electronic monitoring system. We are replacing it with a new system that integrates more closely with the PLCs through Ethernet-based communication rather than direct I/O monitoring. That gives us way more insight into the nitty-gritty of what happens at each individual station. Like what exact fault actually occurred on a machine? What time exactly did it happen at? Is it occurring for a specific part, a specific machine? We need to collect all that data and be able to report it in a easy to understand manner for strategic decision makers. That way they know how to allocate resources on the floor, making sure that data can go from the floor up into the office in a matter of a couple seconds. They don't have to wonder what happened yesterday. They can wonder what happened 5 seconds ago. I'd probably say intellectual tool is more important because that drives every decision you do. I'd say if I were not incredibly curious and trying to solve problems in any way I can learn or any way I can conceive of, I would often be stuck. I need to make sure I'm exploring every avenue available to me. Back in 2024, we had an IATF audit, and that sparked the beginning of a project where we would parse through tens of thousands of Excel workbooks every single morning and determine, for all the parts we did measurements of, making sure they're in spec for quality control reasons, we needed to know which lines and which parts were failing on which specs, and we had no means of going through so many files manually before. It was all on paper or individual workbooks. It's been deployed for about a year and a half now, but we're actually pulling all of that information into a database and creating a daily, weekly, and a monthly report for how many out-of-spec measurements we get for every part, every line in the entire plant. I just did some statistical modeling of it, and it looks like we've had about a 25 to 35% reduction in out-of-spec measurements across the entire plant ever since we started sharing these reports with engineers. Reducing quality issues with parts is going to mean we get fewer customer complaints about parts we're sending to them. Getting visibility for out of specs on the plant floor is a critical piece of information that determines which problems are going to give us the best return on investment for our engineers' time. That you can clearly identify, like perhaps critical adhesion is having a large number of out of specs and it's on one particular kind of measurement. They can then go in every single day, see that that's still a line item they have to address. They can fix a very particular problem out on a manufacturing line, and they can visibly see the out of spec measurements, disappear or radically reduce. So that allows us to make better decisions on resource allocation, is that visibility.